friends who trooping in your in. You don't carry your problem to your mother-in-law, and you don't carry your problem to your mother. They will
Absolutely
never, because everybody will be biased. You understand? So
thank you, Eunice.
The both of you sit
down. You are telling people that if they have problems in their marriages, they do not seek their parents' advice.
No. It is best. I'm not saying that you should not seek your parents' advice, but it is best to keep it.
No, Bon, you're right. you're right. You're not wrong, but you're right. You know, you're right. I've noticed that myself. You know, you're not wrong. You know, you're not wrong. I don't think these people talking are wrong either. It's just that they lack emotional intelligence at a very gross level. You know.
It's within between you and your husband, because there are biases. Do you understand me? When you go,
not
you understand when you go.
I don't want to laugh.
Your husband to his mom, or your husband goes to start reporting you to your mom, or you start reporting your husband to your sister. They will start having you understand, biases against the other party. You understand? So it is best for the both of you to sit down as human beings and talk it out. And if it's not working between the both of you, it's fine. But a situation whereby having friends who trooping in and out of your house, like as if your house is a restaurant that you open, is just wrong.
No, sometimes.
Now, she just spoke her personal experience. I don't think people should be trooping in and out of your house. I don't think so too. But I also know that I didn't marry a person that would attract a lot of people like that. If you married a person that's a people person and people tend to already go in and out of his or her house, well, typically not her house, but his house all the time. Friends, they come and go, and then you marry them, and then you want to stop that. You're calling for resentments, okay?
He shock you.
That was their life for a reason, right? That was their life for a reason. That's something you need to learn how to adjust with, have a conversation around. If you like to slow it down, it's going to be a tough conversation. It is what it is, because that's what they were used to. But something attracted you to that lifestyle. People keep coming in and out before in the first place. Or maybe you didn't know them well. Welcome to the real world. But it's going to be a conversation, a tough conversation at that, right? But you see how they're mixing all kind of different topics together. We go from blaming all of Nigerian communities to blaming the pastors. This is confusion. To saying, oh, you shouldn't tell your parents about your issues, which I agree with to a large extent if you're talking about marriage. And now to people trooping in and out of the house. Which one is it? Let's keep going. They are looking for reasons why marriages in the Obodo is collapsing, all left and right. That's what they're looking for, right? Have you seen anybody say self? So far, okay, we've been analyzing this now for a little bit over an hour. I'm like 9 minutes deep into the video. Have you seen anybody say that? I'm sure there's a part I play. You know, people that call into a show, shout out to, was it Bon Chance? No, they never call into the show and say, I was responsible too. Some of you that are on this panel, you were responsible. What part were you? That conversation will be like, when, it's boring. It's not entertaining because we're not pointing fingers, right? Everybody will even leave the chat once you start talking about self-accountability. The only time it's popular is when you're talking about holding anything but self-accountable. That's when it's popular. Have you noticed that? Let's keep going.
It's not about trooping in and out. What happens is this.
What is going on here?
Community of friends that you hang around with. A man's house is on fire. He's out there with those groups, those gangs. You check those gangs. You see that they have issues in one. I mean, look, it takes somebody who has some. It takes a happy person to make you happy. Anyone who is not a happy person, you can't be happy near a happy person. It takes you can't be happy around a bitter person. Okay? Now you have something going on in your home, for example, and then you just leave the house because you're trying to cool off, and then you go and miss yourself in a group of people that have that don't have this. I mean, that have the same thing going on with them. Maybe they ran away from theirs. What kind of advice are you seeking from them? They're not gonna give you. They're not gonna tell you something meaningful.
Yep.
They will still mislead you. So how about you go to people who are happy? People who can tell you, okay, this is if you must. That's if you must go to somebody.
We're
How
getting
about
something
people who can
decent.
be honest with you and tell you, okay, you have to go back home. When I was dating this guy, and it's like that thing.
Abi,
He had this friend that
Eunice.
was just alone. He didn't have a girlfriend. In fact, his wife left him with the kids and stuff like that. He will always go to him. Most nights when he is like, if he needs to leave, he just look for any slight reason just to run out. You are a married man, 2 a.m. every day. You're out there hanging around lounges with your friend. And
The
you
brother
have
has escaped too.
somebody in the house.
House of Gold got me a shuttle. I've never had a
Thank you for correcting me.
talking about. Particularly worried. So if I lived abroad, it would be wrong for me to mingle with the Nigerian community because they could actually put me inside a lot of trouble with my home.
Daddy Freeze is extremely good at this. He's not having an opinion, and this is the best part about his show. He's not having. He's asking them so that they can dig even deeper hole for themselves, right? Watch them take the bait. Just watch.
Wow.
You have to
Thank
know
you,
the
Miss.
kind
She
of
said.
friends you have, you roll there's this Yoruba proverb that they say tobaba ajari
And to Baba Aguto to Baba Jari.
ajegbe. Thank you for correcting me. So that
Aguto to Baba Jari Ajegbe. Any sheep that rolls with the dog will end up eating poop. Okay, somebody like, wait, dogs eat poop? Oh yeah, certain types of dog where we're from will eat poop. So if a sheep is hanging around a dog, will eat poop. Essentially, that's what the proverb is, right? Who is the dog? Nigerian community? What is she talking about? Let's see what she's talking about, right?
Daddy Freeze, you make your friends, but I mean, just keep anything family-related issue away from it. Like, I go for functions, Nigerian, functions once in a while. But
Okay.
I live far away from everyone. And
Once in a while, that's to say, once in a while, I still end up in their party. Once in a while, end up in their party. Every now and then, Sha. Okay. Anti-bourgeoisie. Let's keep going.
the reason why I chose to live far away from everyone is because I am a woman. It's easy for me to go to the store. There's no time I step out there that I don't get people admiring me. So how many of them am I going to say no to? I'm going to come across people that are nice. I'm going to come across people that may be of help to me in one form or another. Before you know it, I start counting senses. I get to know a lot of them. And that's not what I want. If I were a man, I can stay there and mind my business. I mean, I would be the one to approach a woman, but I'm a woman. So the reverse is the case.
So they're saying they don't stay in the hood. Okay. Yes, because most Nigerians in the abroad stay in the hood. So you don't stay in the hood. What does this have to do with Nigerians again? Right? You don't stay in the hood, you don't stay in the hood. But again, they're running their mouth. Right? She lives in a white neighborhood, so now she feels special. Yeah, we don't deal with this one. I don't go there. Most of the Nigerian churches are also in the hood, right?
So it's okay to attend functions if you're invited based on people you know.
Oh, it's okay now, suddenly.
Not dining and throwing yourself in them, because to be honest with you, they're no good. Their mind, they are full of competition. It's all about competition. It's all about advice. They like to mislead. The funny thing is, they won't even see a good opportunity and let you know about it. They barely tell you what to do to succeed. It's all about competition amongst themselves.
Number one, what is wrong with competition? I don't know what's wrong with competition. If you are a player, if you're a good player, there's nothing wrong with competition. Number two, what is this obsession with? They have to tell you things that they are doing so they can listen. They're probably still trying to figure it out too, right? This is confusion.
You know,
No, it's not a good
really,
place,
really,
to be honest.
it's not a good place. You know, because what what do you gain?
Yeah,
From
what do you
all
Guys,
these
gain?
if
people? They just
What do you gain from
experienced this level of
community?
jealousy before, if you're a man and you've experienced this level of
Ah,
jealousy,
they will call in.
can you
Don't
send
worry,
me a
they will
request?
call
Let me
in.
bring you live, but just
Yeah,
type first.
wait.
In Nigeria, it's different. Abroad, people are worried. You see, everybody's competing with everybody else. So instead of them sharing good advice with you,
Look at what Daddy Freeze just said. Everybody is competing with everybody else. Tell me in what community that's not the reality. I beg, please tell me in what community that's simply not the reality. What is this? What is this obsession with everybody's competing with each other? Tell me something new, because that's reality in every community. People are supposed to compete. When they can help, is because they're still competing with you, by the way. When they're contributing into your life, is because they still get something from contributing to you. So what were we talking about exactly? Oli Mary says, I think the lady has a point, Mr. Ola. Please do share. I would like to see other perspectives. Please do share. Thank you.
you are surrounding yourself by people you think are your friends, but are nothing but parasites and vampires.
Did you hear that?
So I
Parasites and
understand
vampires.
that. But I want to see if they're men. Okay. The DJ Smooth Paradox. Okay. I've sent you a request. Said now strangers abroad go help you pass. Razak, let me also see if I can invite you.
Now strangers abroad go help you pass. There are certain experiences I've had personally that will make me feel that way. Okay. My first business that I built, that I became extremely successful with, about 95% of my clients were not Nigerians. Okay. As a matter of fact, that business collapsed with the recession in 2008. And it was the Nigerians that found out about what I did, which is extremely valuable to them. They found out like, wait, you've been doing this? You can help us with this? I was like, yeah. You know, word of mouth kind of got to them, and then they, you know. But the truth is that, but for me to now walk around and say, oh yeah, the Nigerians don't support. If they find out about your business, they will want to compete. Are you sure that's your calling? Because why are you obsessed about people competing with you in something that you do well? If you do it well, this do I sound kumbaya? Ojú ọ̀run tẹ́ yẹ fò láì farakanra like, now I've had experiences then where Nigerians helped each other. It's the IT world. The IT world that became extremely popular back in 2008 into 2009 was literally Nigerians helping each other. Literally took over the industry and dominated the whole thing. Right? That's another type of experience. So now imagine me walking around saying Nigerians always help each other. Like, that's not necessarily true either. It comes down to individual by individual. Share the experience, but please, this gross level of generalizations, it doesn't help you. It doesn't, listen, you're not hurting anybody, you're hurting yourself. Because it's going to create the way you think about life. Okay? It's crazy. Let's keep going.
Maybe you remove me so someone else can come in.
Samaria, thank you
Only
so
Mary,
much.
share with me the specifics that you agree with what she's saying. Because I also think they're not wrong. It's the generalization. Generalization doesn't mean you're wrong. You're speaking from experience, right? So that's what I'm trying to highlight. I want to highlight, if there's any specifics that I'm missing, I would like to highlight it. Let's keep going. Shout out to you, Mo Fresh, Uche and Alfana. How you there? Let's keep going.
So let me bring Razak. Okay, let me see if Samaria truly left.
Now, I do prejudge too. Okay, I generalize too. So, listen, permit me. Okay, permit me to act like a human being, like the rest of us, for a second. This gentleman that just came on this screen, if I were to prejudge him, right? What I'm looking at, you know, right now, he does not want to be associated with Nigerians, okay? But I'm prejudging. At least I can admit that I'm prejudging, and I'm generalizing. I could be wrong. There are people that look like him too, right? But when you had together, just looking at him right now, together with the fact that he's calling into this show, you have something coming for you. Let's keep going.
Because sometimes you think they left, but Instagram will still be holding them back. Tamaria, thank you so much. I appreciate. Okay, yes, it leave. So let me send that message. You know, there's one thing I always tell my wife. I'm like, I don't like crowd around myself. So I didn't even know that serious problem abroad.
Yeah, my husband said.
Okay, see what Daddy Freeze just said. I don't like crowd around myself. I don't either. That's a completely different conversation, right? I don't like crowd around myself. If my wife suddenly, not like she wasn't like that before, if she suddenly starts to have a bunch of crowd around her, certain types of people, my radars will get up a little bit just to make sure, part of my natural instinct to protect her, because she might not see what I could see, right? But in that case, I still don't prejudge and say, you don't want those kind of friends. You know, like, I would just pay attention just in case she might need, particularly from the standpoint of she might need my support. Okay, from that standpoint, right? Just paying attention, right? And it's happened before, okay? It's happened before earlier in our marriage where I actually overreacted. It doesn't work well. It doesn't work out well. You just be the enemy. You're just like, why are you jealous? You're just controlling. That's what it's going to become, okay? But that same behavior shows up in other aspects of life. You're not able to just calm down and say, hey, I know that these people move a certain type of way, but let me calm down. Let me just pay attention. Just in case I'm wrong. I could be wrong, right?